Keep up with Power 108.9 on social media.
How can I find you?
Instagram
at Power 108.9
and Facebook
at Power 108.9.
It's the exact same thing. It's at Power 108.9.
Oh, okay.
Power 108.9, a station for the people. The opinions and views expressed by this program are those of the program host, and guest, and do not necessarily reflect the views of Power 108.9 and its officials. We hope you enjoy.
From Christal with love, come on. From Christal with love, come on. Let's talk. Look here, I ain't the type that
Right.
be
Happy
writing
Tuesday.
love
Happy Tuesday, everyone. We are back, and it is the Tuesday after Juneteenth. I hope everyone had a amazing Juneteenth holiday. I was just talking about my holiday, Juneteenth. We celebrated. I had a lot going on in Atlanta, as always, but especially on Juneteenth weekend. For me, it's cool to see people finally celebrating this holiday. I did grow up celebrating Juneteenth because I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which a lot of people know as Black Wall Street. So we were used to celebrating every year, like a 3-day holiday we would look forward to. I don't think I really understood the true meaning of Juneteenth then. It was just a great opportunity to hang out with friends, and we would have celebrities would come out, we would have vendors, and it really did feel a lot like the celebrations we have today because it was all about supporting Black-owned businesses. But this year, I was extremely honored to be able to do an event with ATL. ATL is a boutique dining experience in College Park, and I'm sure if you live in Atlanta or the Atlanta metro area, you've been to College Park and seen they have so much going on. So many Black businesses and small business owners opening businesses in College Park. It just has new life, breathed into that city, especially over like the last 5 years, especially like right before we were shut down for COVID. There were all these new businesses, all these new restaurants on Main Street. So ATL is located one street over. We did our second annual Juneteenth block party last year. We had the mayor came out and we did the grand opening ribbon cutting for ATL. This year, we were able to honor the legendary DJ Toomp, which was awesome. I don't think I know a more solid, cooler producer, more accomplished producer that just is always consistently the same, treats everyone the same, has so much just integrity about the way he moves, and still, one of the dopest producers in the business. Kanye West, Mariah Carey, T.I., and so many more. So that was amazing, getting a chance to honor DJ Toomp. And then we also had Stacey Abrams came out to speak to the small business owners and entrepreneurs. And that was powerful because we reached out to Stacey Abrams' team and let them know that we were doing something. And this Juneteenth celebration was specifically geared to celebrate small business owners in College Park. Joe Bondays and Scott Corbin, the owners of ATL, have been very, very intentional about making sure that they unite other business owners and other entrepreneurs that are there in that area to kind of be a united front. It's like we're stronger together. So they put together a program that included vendors from other businesses that are close. There was a workout facility that's right next to them on College Street. There's a couple of kiddie salons and so many other businesses. So all these business owners were out with their businesses talking about their products. And our gubernatorial candidate, Stacey Abrams, came out and just gave some words of encouragement to all the business owners there, letting people know that, it's, first of all, being a business owner is not an easy feat. It's an up and down journey, for anyone out there who has been a business owner or has entrepreneurial dreams, that is not easy. And so she talked a little bit about her own history. I didn't realize that she had a tax business years ago. I know she's an author and has done so many different things, but she just talked about her business and how she started a business, that business failed, started another business, that business got too big, and then eventually she outgrew it to the point where it grew so big that it caused it to them to inevitably have to give it up. And so she talked about her personal experience and how that makes her, very capable to deal with those issues here in the state of Georgia. So this is going to be interesting. Today actually is a voting day here in Georgia and across the country. So I don't believe we should tell people how to vote, because everyone should vote based on what is best for them and what platforms and issues they agree with the most. But I would say to exercise your right to do it, even if you are going to vote for whoever you vote for. Just make sure that you go out and vote. Today here we have, I know the secretary, it's the Secretary of State, and then also Lieutenant Governor position is on the ballot. So make sure that you make your way over to a polling place and you're able to cast your vote, because we cannot complain if we're not doing something about it. So that was great. Great celebration. Also, shouts out to Refinery 29. They held the glow up here. The best way I can describe it, it was kind of like a mini Coachella, like a mini ATL version of Coachella. So you had people on skates, you had artists, you had a lot of influencers. It was just a really dope 2-day event in West Atlanta. They kind of came and recreated the space that was really, I guess, just it was set up to promote creativity. Like I said, you had a skating rink, you had a comedy show, you had different areas for girls to get some pampering done, get your nails done, get some products for your hair. There were food trucks. It really was generally like a ATL blacked out version of Coachella. So shouts out. I think they did a great job. It was the first year. They do want to come back. They mentioned wanting to come back next year and do it again. So, I think it's cool. Over the last couple of months, we had Strength of a Woman with Mary J. Blige here. And then she did announce that she's going to bring that back to Atlanta. So now we also have the Glow Up with Refinery 29 coming back to Atlanta. So Atlanta continues, as full as we are. We continue to set the tone and set the bar, I think, for just a connection to the urban culture. If you host something here, you know that you're going to immediately be able to be kind of enveloped in the culture, especially when it relates to art. I think probably my highlight of the Glow Up, I got a chance to see Khalees. I saw Khalees perform, and I've seen her perform before, but hearing her conversation, she did like a mini masterclass conversation right before she performed, and talked about the importance of owning land and being able to connect with the land. She said everything for us as African Americans starts with land, the land we were taken from, the land we helped build, and to be able to have your own piece of land and create your own environment, adds value. And I think it's a different definition of freedom. So that was really interesting. And of course, she killed it. And then Lotto was the headliner. She is being able to kind of watch Lotto grow from a child rap artist to being this powerhouse rap artist is amazing. Really happy for her. She has great stage presence. All that work pays off, and there really is there's no substitute for just putting in the work. You can tell the difference between an artist that's been molded and cultivated and prepped for such a moment as this, as opposed to the ones that just kind of get lucky with a single and then they perform and you can't, there's no stage presence. There's no order and structure to their performance, but you can definitely tell her team is doing great. They put in a lot of work and it shows. So she did a great job holding that down. There was another artist, I think Cleopatra performed. It was just a great event, girl power, but so many, but inclusive, right? So it definitely had the undertones of celebrating women and making women a focal point of that. But it was open to all, and all were welcome. So I enjoyed my weekend. I went with my daughters to that, and then, like I said, we had Stacey Abrams and DJ Toomp. I actually also saw Top Gun this weekend, so I just had like a full weekend prepping for the week. So hopefully you all enjoyed your Juneteenth celebrations as well. I know they were having them all across the country. I know in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they are even having bigger celebrations than the ones that I remember, because of, I think there's like a national, this is the first year that is a nationally recognized holiday. So slow progress is better than no progress, I say, right? Well, other than that, let me see what else. Enjoyed the movie Top Gun. Looking forward to the week. Now, I had the pleasure of dropping an interview on Friday with two of the cast members from Put a Ring on It. If you guys have been watching that show on OWN, you've seen the coverage that we've been doing, talking with the different couples, talking about the different couples and the issues that they're dealing with throughout the season. I had the opportunity to sit down with all three couples, well, 2.5 couples, because 2 couples stayed together. 1 couple split up. And I did talk to Shorty Mac, who was one half of the split couple. But it was just interesting seeing the responses. If you have not watched that on my YouTube channel, make sure that you go back and check out the interview with Charlie and Otis. And then we also released yesterday Shay and Alfonso. And that one was really interesting because Shay and Alfonso were a couple that came and had a lot of issues, initially when they started the show. The end result was mental health, wasn't it? Mental health issues were a part of their conflict. Alfonso acknowledged that going to therapy really helped him to be able to understand his own power in the relationship. It was a really good interview. So make sure that you guys go back and check that out. But I thought it was worth mentioning to hear a Black man say that when I went to therapy, it helped me to understand what I was going through and be able to communicate that better. That was powerful. And he's a huge advocate for therapy and relationships. Dr. Tart was here last week and he talked about how more and more people are starting to do that. More and more couples are starting to enlist therapists, even while they're dating, as opposed to waiting until issues happen and then, finding a therapist when the relationship is, on its last leg and you guys have so much resentment and anger towards each other, then go into a therapist. So if you can go early on to kind of help you all learn how to communicate better, I think there's definitely some, an upside to that. So it was definitely a good interview. You guys check those out. And actually leads me to today's conversation. I'm excited to have some good friends of mine in today, but they're on a new show titled Commit or Quit. It is premiering on WEtv. The show has Judge Lynn Tohler. You guys remember Judge Lynn Tohler from Divorce Court, right? I loved her on Divorce Court. She's like no nonsense. She's absolutely adorable, but she's no nonsense. She get all up in your stuff and tell you if she feels like you are wrong, out of line, you're out of pocket. She doesn't care if it's a man and a woman. She's going to be equally fair. So Judge Lynn Tohler is the host for Commit or Quit. And my good friends, Mz Shyneka, who's a radio personality here in Atlanta, and her husband, Corey, went on the show. Now, they're going to be here joining me in just a minute. I've got to ask them, number one, why did they go on the show? Because as I interview people that go on reality shows, I'm always wondering what made them brave enough to go and share their relationship with the entire world. I don't know. So we're going to ask them that. We're going to talk about their experience on the show. We come back, I'm going to play a clip so that you guys can get a little bit of information about Commit or Quit. And then we're going to talk with Mz Shyneka and Corey about their experience on We. Stay right there. This is From Christal with Love XO, and I'll be right back.
Keep up with Power 108.9 on social media.
How can I find you?
Instagram
At Power 108.9.
and Facebook.
At Power 108.9.
It's the exact same thing. It's at Power 108.9.
Okay.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
If you're a content creator, social media socialite, influencer, or simply love to record current events, you need the joystick. The joystick is an essential tool for every type of digital content creator. It holds 2 or more mobile phones or tablets, allowing users to stream and record hands-free on multiple apps simultaneously. And it's lightweight and portable. For more information or to purchase your joystick today, visit our website at www.joystick.com.
My powerful and pristine people, it's your boy E-Money, your favorite engineer. Check it out. If you want to get involved with Power 108.9 as far as partnerships and advertising, if you want to reach our 50,000 plus listeners and viewers per week, please email power1089ads@gmail.com. That's power1089ads@gmail.com. Speak to our marketing director so we can get you set up and ready to go. Let us help you reach your targeted audience and expand your brand.
Question: what's the only station where you can get R&B, hip hop, pop, and talk radio? Time's up.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
How do you feel?
I don't know what to say, Corey. If Judge Lynn rules for us to not be together, I would be heartbroken. I really love Corey a lot.
I got this, determined, so I'ma not quit, no matter what's in my pocket or closet, I'm on my way to the top, watch, I got this.
The real reason I asked Judge Lynn to come is that I had a secret. I'm very scared and frightened. This could be the end of us.
Y'all been together for 2 years, engaged for 5 months, have a whole wedding planned a week away, and you putting this thing on pause and called me.
Exactly right.
Tell me why I'm here.
I'm starting to get cold feet. These stipulations that he's given me, they're outrageous because he didn't come in like that. He did not say, baby, I need you to cook. I need you to fold the clothes and wash the clothes.
I drive trucks for a living. When I come home, all I ask is, for some need, at least the house be halfway straight. And it's like, she blows me off. Or she gets an attitude, or I go to work.
I go to work just like that.
I go to work, she roll her neck.
I have a full career and I'm flourishing. Corey, it feels like he wants to diminish me to just folding his underwear and sweeping the floors.
I understand you have fraternal twins.
Yes.
I still haven't met his twins yet. Yeah.
Why hasn't she met your children?
They live in another state.
Okay.
But she's always busy, and I have been pressing the issue for her to meet my children.
Why the hesitation?
He wanted to make sure that he wasn't bringing just another woman around. And
well, darling,
I don't have their number
not just
to call
another
them.
woman at this point. You plan to get married next week.
All right. Well, they are here. They are walking in. You guys have been listening to some of the issues happening on Commit or Quit. And my brother and sister just walked into the building. Please help me welcome. You guys help me welcome Mz Shyneka and Corey. Welcome to From Christal with Love, guys.
Hello.
We just heard a bunch of mess. What was the mess? We just heard a bunch of mess on Commit or Quit. So there's you all went on the show for some help from Judge Lynn Tohler, who I love because she is like on divorce court. She gave real advice. Like she's not partial to the female or to the male. She's like in your face.
Yes.
She's gonna tell you what, if you're right, if you're wrong.
Exactly.
So you guys go on this show, and then we learn that Corey has a secret. You haven't met children. What is happening?
I mean, yeah, that's what they told me. I was just minding my business and walked in the kitchen, and Judge Tohler was like, he got something to tell you. I'm like, wait, hold up, Judge. What's really going on here? So, yeah, and, the children will be met. The children will be met, and man, this whole process has been, oh my God, a whirlwind.
I can imagine. Now, I was, before you guys came in, I was saying I've known you for a long time.
Yes,
we've been through this process. You find the love of your life, and you think, okay, this is good. I got out of the pool. The dating pool had pee in it.
Ooh,
I'm out of the pool. I done found the one.
Some stinking pee.
And now the one has secrets. Corey, how are you holding secrets this big, this long? And you guys have known each other even longer than you've been dating. You guys have known each other a really long time. What were you doing walking around with secrets, Corey?
Well, that's why you got to stay tuned to the show to figure out, what the deal is and what's going on and why am I holding this secret.
Why are you holding a secret? Well, okay, I know you don't want to give too much away, but I was talking a little bit before. I had a conversation with another couple that was on another show, right?
Okay.
And in this situation, the guy, he was unable, he felt like he didn't really know what to do. He was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Had a child's mother, friends with his mom, and new woman on the other side. And he felt kind of like stuck. And one of the things that was said is that a lot of times men don't really have the tools needed to really fix situations. They're not sure what to do. Did you feel before you went on the show that you really didn't know how to handle the secret and what you were dealing with?
Absolutely. It's a lot of pressure, knowing that you with somebody that you love the most, and it's hard to you don't know what to expect. You don't know if she's gonna be like, well, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be with you. When you do come out and say that, hey, I got this issue going on, like it's hard. It was very tough. I didn't know if I was getting ready to lose the love of my life at that moment. If I had came out and said what I need to say, it was very hard. Very hard. So I can relate to the young man.
Yeah.
So clearly he needed help from a whole stranger that he didn't know. But 5-10 minutes and here he go talking about he got a secret. I could have messed everybody up.
Did you know? So you wanted to go to the show. You didn't know how much y'all needed to go because you didn't know.
We didn't. I wasn't even sure if Corey would participate because this isn't his life. This isn't what he does.
Right.
But after being recommended on the show and I brought it to him, like he started telling me what was going on with me, like oh well, I don't know because this wrong with you and that, and I'm like, wait, hold up,
we need help.
Can
somebody come in and fix this?
Homeboy, let me tell you something, you got some problems too.
Help me,
and
please help me.
So we looked at each other and said, okay, well let's go talk to somebody who I feel is, she's been married a long time, and her husband is not in the limelight that we are in. I can't really say that the light is a great light sometimes because it has its ups and downs.
Yeah, she was very, very relatable to her situation. Her marriage was very relatable to us, and what level we trying to reach and accomplish.
Yeah.
In life.
I was going to ask you, Corey, because a lot of guys don't like doing stuff like this. First of all, to put your business in front of a therapist or a counselor, and then on top of that, to share that with the world. So why did you decide to go ahead and do this? Because I know you are more private. This is not really how you get down. So what was it that made you decide to go ahead and do the show?
Well, I knew, that I did, need somebody who had, the knowledge to step in and shed light on the situation so I can get over that mountain, know.
Yeah.
And, like I said, I would definitely recommend that a lot of men, step up to the plate. If you got issues and you at the point in your life to where you feel like, hey, this is the woman I want to be with, and I love my happiness and what I got at home.
Yeah.
But I need to, empty out my closet, a little bit more and clean it up, and pretty much just, express to her. You just never know what she might say. I mean, of course she's gonna be mad.
It may not be as bad as you think. When you're holding a secret, sometimes you think it's gonna be worse than actually it really is because you've made it so big in your head, right?
Right, yeah. In my head, I'm like, oh Lord, have mercy, this, Lord, and the camera's on, and Lord have mercy, what is she gonna do? Because we know this woman here, boy, she got a mouth from the south,
all that junk over,
and we know what it's gonna be. She gonna turn it up, So it was very challenging, at that moment, because Lord have mercy. If this woman would have been like, then I'm like, okay, all right, well, I gotta, like a little dog, tuck my tail and keep it moving,
Yeah.
To say the least, I was very speechless for some times. So.
Yeah. Well, because you went on a show. We actually did a Y'all Fix My Life together. What? That's my son calling. You guys know I can't turn the phone off for the babies, but I'll call him back. So we went on the show and you talked about just the idea of finding love and how and shared that, and a lot of women really were impacted, by that. What is your hope for this experience? So now you're actually in the relationship, and people can see that getting a man is not the battle is not over. That's when the work starts.
So this is press day. We have been talking to people this morning, and like I told them, and you've been getting a lot of press too. Accidentally on purpose. But when we went through the process with Miss V, I can say I really felt, going into it, we were like, it's them and them, and we keep on getting the same thing. And then she was like, look at yourself. What you and your mama had did. Okay? What you and your mama on, and your grandmama and the one before
all of that.
I'm like, wait, hold on, Nana. We talk about me and my mama. But after, taking that approach and looking at myself and what it is that I can change, work on, looking at a man's value very differently from what I did before. Because, who needed a man then? Okay? We ain't need him for no money. Just a little honey.
Right. Well.
But it's not that simple. So once she fixed our life, then you're out there in the world and you like, ooh, I got it. Ooh, just wait. And then you get with this person and all of that kind of goes to the left. It's like, well, who gonna fix this? Because once you put two humans together.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, all of the things that he's dealt with, in relationships, it's really not easy, like having those traumas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's certain things that would like trigger me that he would do, but he didn't mean it like I took it.
Right.
But it had reminded me of something that had pissed me all the way off.
Right.
So
something that you still needed to deal with.
Exactly. And so going through that process was beautiful, and it was just the beginning. So it is a journey, and I am happy that women are able to see us in our best light, you and being at your wedding. And shout out to Coach Latanya as well, like being on hand to, she's a coach on Fix My Life, and being supportive of the process, because Ms. V, she be busy and stuff. She
got stuff to do.
She got stuff to do. Okay. So, but there were helpful hands on set, and Coach Latanya, like, she's talked to me, she's helped me, through things in this relationship with Corey as well. And you just don't be prepared for the mixing of families, the mixing of spirits, the personalities.
I will say amen and amen on that. Blending the families can be difficult. Like, even at the core of that, because we were listening to the conversation that you guys were having, in addition to Corey's secret, it's also like the dynamics of marriage now, right? So you're obviously a radio personality and do so much more in the city and around, and Corey has a very demanding job as well. What was the definition of marriage that you were looking at when you think, okay, I'm asking this woman to marry me? What are you thinking you guys' life is going to be like after that? Because we hear there's like a little bit of disconnect. She's not cooking and cleaning and folding clothes because she out hosted events and doing radio stuff, and then you working a lot. So what was your definition of marriage, and how are you working to kind of redefine that with your new age woman?
Well, I gotta, you do things in style now. It's all about the style. So I had to adjust to her style and the way she do things. And I also like my things a certain way. So I noticed once I started doing certain things, she would automatically like kind of just fall in line with it. It was just more or less natural. Yeah. And then like it had its moments, because it was like we started, and then I'm like, dog, it's getting worse. Like, what is going on here?
What was getting worse, Corey?
Corey said it's getting worse.
Hold up now. Baby, I know you out here doing your thing in these streets now, but hey, can we make sure our house in order? Or can I get a little meal every now and then? Can I get a little, fried chicken every now and then? What's up with that?
Look at your slim physique. You better thank me for that.
Yeah,
Boy, you look good. You look good for your age.
Fritos, hot
She's
chips.
doing right by you.
I'm trying to keep you. I'm trying to keep you good looking out here, baby.
You know how we do it. Little hot chips here and there. Now and later, you know what's going on.
Just trying to
Don't do me.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't do me on Christal show.
You know, a little bubble gum every now and then.
We're not gonna do that. I'm saying, oh Lord, because I know that's the same exact conversation that my husband, big brother, and I have all the time. Is okay. How do we adjust this? Because I, the two of us were single for a really long time. Yeah. And when you're single, even if you're in a relationship, but you're not responsible for that person, it's different when you have a husband that you have to take care of. So how are you kind of learning to adjust to being a wife as opposed to just Mz Shyneka with word on the street?
So if Corey has, put in work or whatever, in that particular day, whatever day it is, and I have something to do, I'll make sure that he has food before I leave, whether I cook it or not.
There you go.
He's going to have something on the counter before I go out and play with my friends or whatever.
Definitely. I learned how
or whatever it is that I decide to do that
Uber
particular
Eats.
day.
I learned Uber Eats and Grubhub. I never
First of all,
had it.
he has never ordered off of those things.
Since I met my lady, shout out to them too.
Is that how you'd have to do, Corey? You have to call or Uber Eats now that you know what?
Corey has never look at his ordering on Uber Eats. He has 0 orders on there.
My lady to be, she does that. She, that was my first time seeing Grubhub and Uber Eats. I like going to Publix and there now and getting, a little turkey leg and wings.
Okay, so are you saying that I don't make sure that you have something?
Well, baby,
to eat?
Uber, yeah, you do through Uber, Grubhub, and Uber Eats. You always ask me, what do you want to eat? And I say, baby, I might want some Longhorn.
Well,
today.
that might be your true soulmate.
Well, but are you eating? You're taking care.
Right.
You look healthy, Corey.
Thank you. Thanks to
Don't
my
look like
wife.
you're missing any
Thank you,
meal.
my wife to be. Thank you. You're doing a very good job. Appreciate you.
Thanks for that, Corey.
What are some other issues besides the dynamic? Because marriage just looks different, today than it did years ago. Working women are working, men are working. Everybody's trying to figure out how to take care of a family. It takes a lot more than just one income to take care of a family. What are some other issues that you guys didn't expect to deal with, and once you got married, were like, uh-oh?
Well, first of all, Christal, who said we was married?
When you decided, when he proposed, because you have on an engagement ring, so we know that he proposed, right? So when you accepted the proposal and you started looking at the relationship, is there anything else that you, besides just the cooking and cleaning and folding of the clothes and the merging of the families, because it's a big difference, right? The relationship changes when you look at, okay, we're going to be responsible for each other.
It is. And to feel like I am, responsible for, him. I'm very protective when it comes down to him. Corey can be very passive, like at times, and, just forgiving. And I'm like, no, we're going to
She got your back.
Demolish them.
She got my back.
I don't care who they are. We're taking them down.
It'd be to the point I'd be like, I'm looking like, hold up, baby. Hey, what's going on?
But you're like that when it comes to her, though.
Exactly.
If somebody mess with her, oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my Lord.
She saw that a couple times, and she couldn't believe it. Like, cause I'm very like she said, I'm very passive. I try not to let a lot of stuff get to me.
Yeah, you're just a laid back.
I'm super laid back.
Christal, I was scared. I said, "Oh, I ain't never calling him crying on the phone again."
I told her, I said, "Hey, don't know
the beast up.
Right? Don't no man make my woman cry but me."
You better tell her.
At the end of the day.
And what's the other part of it?
I'm gonna whoop something.
No, and I don't even make her cry. So
I don't make her cry, so ain't no other man gonna make her cry.
Probably 200 times.
That's right.
But it's a wonderful journey. It's a wonderful experience. The ups, downs. Corey doesn't carry any negative, bad energy for a long time. And you have some men that I say they act like women a little bit.
I agree.
He does not act like that at
it's
all.
No bitch assness.
And it's no bitch assness.
No bitch assness.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was different for me. And I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah. So you know how to let it go. And so that has helped me be able to let things go way sooner than I would have. I had woosad and meditated and namaste before we got together. But yeah, all of that before we got together. But he's teaching me so much without, having to say, hey, this, but by watching him and vibing to the energy that he brings.
I love that.
I'm a firm believer in, you let things, like by me being passive, you let it go, it'll come back, but it'll come back in a different form and in a different way to where you be like, okay, I can accept that, know, because us men, we don't say I'm sorry or whatever. It's a different way of how we kind of embrace each other whenever we got some type of beef with each other. We just kind of like hash it out to a way to where like we might, a phone call. We probably gonna beef for a long time. It might be about 4 months to a year, 2 years. But then when somebody take that initial step and hit that, that phone call, you be like, all right, okay, cool.
Men don't carry grudges as long as women
do.
If they physical, get it over with, and then
depending on what it is. Depending on what it is, it depends. It can be a year or two. Yeah. But we can get over things quicker.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Well, I'm gonna take a break here in a minute, but I want to come back and talk about just the tools and the experience and what Judge Lynn Tohler was able to share with you guys that hopefully viewers will get a chance to experience, because I know watching her on divorce court, she was dropping jewels just, and those relationships were all the way messed up. They were at the end. So this is about trying to get two people to the aisle. So we're going to come back and talk about what you all learned from your time with Judge Lynn Tohler. And, hopefully we can find out if they're wedding bells or if you guys, needed to hold off for a while. All right? Stay right there. We're coming right back with Shyneka Correy from Commit or Quit.
If you're a content creator, social media socialite, influencer, or simply love to record current events, you need the joystick. The joystick is an essential tool for every type of digital content creator. It holds 2 or more mobile phones or tablets, allowing users to stream and record hands-free on multiple apps simultaneously. And it's lightweight and portable. For more information or to purchase your joystick today, visit our website at www.joystick.com.
Yo, it's Michael McFadden of Power 108.9, and I want to ask you a question. Are you looking for a new house? If so, you need to holler at our guy, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. AlvinJameson.com. Yeah, Alvin like the chipmunk, and Jameson like that fine whiskey. Not only can he help you on the purchase of that new home, he can also assist you on that refinance as well. So whether it's FHA, conventional, and of course that VA home loan that you sitting on right now, yo, call Alvin Jameson. 404-587-9033. Once again, 404-587-9033. Trust the guy we trust here at Power 108.9. Alvin Jameson. AlvinJameson.com, or just call him 404-587-9033. And of course, tell him you heard it right here on Power 108.9. Let's go.
Hi, Queens. Hi, Queens. Welcome to the Ollie Tony Experience in Atlanta, your source for all things fashion and hair. Baby, I'm just trying to let my hair down. Please visit us online at shopollytony.com and follow us on Instagram at OllieTonyStar.
But shout out to our friends over there at Credit Building Professionals. What up, Credit Craig?
I tried to come with you.
That's what she said. Ooh.
Oh.
Hey.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
All right, we are back with Mz Shyneka and Correy. They are on this new season of Commit or Quit, which is on WE, and it's hosted by Judge Lynn Tohler. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, so they're going to get some real serious help, because Judge Tohler ain't no punk. Like, she is like, if I could go to anyone besides Iyanla, it would be Judge Tohler, right?
Right. Okay.
So I know we learned, the purpose of doing anything is not for yourself, really. It's for the people that are going to see it and be able to learn by watching your example. Mm-hmm. So what can you guys kind of share with us, some of the tools that you learned from working with Judge Tohler, for this short period of time that you think people will really benefit from when they watch Commit or Quit?
Well, I learned apparently that women are supposed to be cooking something at least once a week.
Shyneka.
That's what she told me. That's what she told me.
Just basically to be open
Yeah.
to what she, you can't be to the point if she tell you what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Mhm.
You just gotta be open to what she got to say.
Let me ask you this, Corey, because even when when you initially said that you had this secret, you didn't know what to do with it. Do you feel overall, and this is not just talking about you, just talking about men in general, do you think men are taught to share, to be honest and to be candid with women, or do you think that your general nature is really to kind of try to keep things from us to protect us or to protect yourself? What do you think the energy usually is with men when it comes to stuff like that?
Basically us as men, we do try to, like, especially when we love somebody and we start letting them barriers down, we want to protect that. So yes, to your point, we do want to protect the woman. And it's, like I say, it's very challenging to have to come out and say something when you know for a fact she's happy, you happy, and you like, man, what's gonna happen? Because then, at that point in moment, you done been through so many bad situations dealing with, other women. You like, man, is this gonna be like it used to be? Like, is she gonna like walk away? Is she gonna, step out on me because of this situation? Like, you just don't know. You just don't know. So it's just, a chance that you got to take. But if you want the peace and the happiness, come out, be honest,
take that chance.
keep it 100.
I think there are so many unsaid conversations between fathers and sons, and the uncles that give you, go ahead and get those little girls, or oh, you got all those, where they're cheering you on, but they're not really telling you how to operate in these relationships. And a lot of men don't know how to communicate.
Hold up now. It's the same. We got women too.
Okay.
Women coach these young ladies how to try to handle men out here the wrong way.
That's no, you're
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
it's not good information coming from either side.
Exactly.
It's just and especially what a lot of us have grown up and not really seen great examples, right, from men or women. So we're all kind of learning.
Yes, baby steps.
Yeah, at this point. And I know we've talked a lot about the transition, and I could say, like, learning how to be, just because I'm married doesn't mean that I know exactly how this is supposed to go. I got married early on, but we don't really talk in our community about what marriage should look like. What are your expectations from that? Let's talk about blended families, because that's one of the issues that's come up a lot on social media. The conversation is how do we do it the right way? Usually there's a baby mama drama and the issues with the baby mama. In your head, Corey, what is the perfect scenario for you with your new woman and your child's mother and your children? What is the best case scenario for all that to work in a harmonious way?
The good thing about my situation is I have dealt with women in my past that had children that I thought it was going somewhere, and it was I thought it was longevity, but I was just in a bad place at the wrong time. But the children actually love me.
Okay.
To that point. So the main thing is, what I've learned is just you want to not only understand the child's point of view, because he looking at you like, or she looking at you like, hold up, this man in my house, like, what's going on? Hold up, So you really got to, like, break the ice with the children, and to get them, on board, like, interact with them, see what they like, be childish with them. You know what I'm saying? Go outside, shoot basketball, do old school things like hopscotch, double
Sound
dutch.
like somebody running from your question.
You doing all of that?
I mean,
no.
So to combine the family, like,
how do you see Shy working in with your children? Do you like, how does that blended family look to you?
It look good. I mean, it ain't got no choice but to look good. I feel like you just got to interact, with the children more. Interact with
but there's always boundaries, and for the most part, parents love their children, and they don't want to feel like there is any type of threat that is coming at them. And so, I'm taking my time. I'm being very cautious. The love is there because I love their father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so the same love that I have for him, I have for them because they are of him.
Part of him.
And so, you know, with that being said, it's cautious. It's, you know, they've met a woman that he was with before, and I didn't want to impede on them. Like, let you know, give them their dad back and let them, you know, see where they're at with your relate. Don't just bring a whole nother entity into the situation because they're trying to, you know, get to know their dad again because there were other kids in the situation. So they have to share their dad, and you know, everybody has their boundaries and their limits. Just like I said, the mom may be, you know, a little like, oh, you know, these my babies or whatever, but the kids like, you know, I want my daddy back too. And so it's just all about just balancing, I guess, at the end of the day, because I ain't trying to be nobody mama.
And I feel you.
I am a bonus mama.
A bonus mom. I'm a bonus mom, and we talked about that. Because now my husband's kids are older, but I feel like I could relate to you a lot because I know they had met numerous other women. And at some point, they just really want to be with their dad. I don't want to constantly have to be with my dad and this and another woman and another woman and another woman. But at the point when we got married, it was like, okay, so now, you know, they are going to have to be introduced to me. But I could definitely relate to you because I was like, they just want to be with their dad. And especially daughters. Daughters really just want their daddy.
I was hard on my mom, like when she got into the dating world, because I'm like, girl, ain't nobody better than my daddy.
I mean, and see things.
First of all, I don't even know. I'm not talking to him, and it really like took me a while to acclimate, and so I'm not going to, you know, do something to another child that I wouldn't want done to me. Like, respect me in my space with me and my daddy and my mama.
Right.
And again, it goes back to where when the man find his wife is a good thing, and when that man is happy, things. The topic that y'all just said, the main thing that y'all just said, let the kids more or less like, you know,
it be natural. You know, they don't want to feel like it's being pushed on them.
And that's something we didn't know as a man. Because we'll take our children and we'll force the children on you guys without not knowing that, hey, this could be a train wreck. And, you know, but then they let them, you know, come to us like let these babies know us first. You know, let me get my dad back and then let me work myself in with his new wife. So, that's a very good, you know, I never even understood that, knew that.
Yeah. No, I think I don't think a lot of women, we understand the other side of it because it's like, especially, you know, I have a lot of guy friends that they, as soon as they get excited about a woman, they gonna push that. They gonna have the woman doing the little girl's hair. She don't want that woman doing her hair. She don't know that woman. She just like, who is this?
Who is this lady playing in my house?
And us men, we don't understand.
Y'all just want everybody to be good.
We know the children got feelings, but we don't know that part of it. You know, we just know, hey man, I'm happy. I want her to be around my children. I want her to do this and do that.
Good. That's good. And see, that's the total difference because women are like, hold on now. At that point, you start creating situations that the children are overwhelmed because they feel like it's another woman I gotta meet.
I can just remember the look on Corey's face because Corey gets all amped up. He's like, all excited. Oh, here come with the kids and blah, 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 blah. And then we all sitting in the living room and he was like, oh shoot, man, this ain't what I thought.
It was cricket.
This ain't hit like I thought it was gonna hit.
Man, I'm like, and you know, my children, they so lovable and you know they like to have fun.
Everybody was like,
everybody was kind of nervous. Like it wasn't that we didn't like each other. We were trying to get used to each other and adapt in a short amount of time, and it was kind of weird.
I can feel that. My husband did that to me. We went out probably like our third date, and all of a sudden we get there. We were going horseback riding because you know that's my jam. So he brings the daughters, and I could tell they were looking like, here he come with another one, and they didn't want to meet me. They did not want to meet me, and I didn't know that they were being forced. So it was really awkward. They
probably thought you was fine, and she knew.
They was just like. here go daddy with another woman. Now we got to meet this bitch. Like, that's the energy.
That's what you feel.
I felt the energy.
They hit me. I was like, whoa, okay. That's what me. That's me and Shanu think. Whoa, okay.
And coming in, to getting warmed up in this bonus mom situation, you don't know what's being said on the other side. And I'm speaking to, women that are engaged or, with men who have kids, whether you have kids or not, but you don't know what's going on that other side. And so sometimes there are games that are being played. And so I can't think about any of that when the child is in front of me. All I can do is, just pour what I have to pour. And so, it could be a little. It's very
real
interesting.
Life. Yeah, it is real life.
It's interesting.
You got a mother over here, and one of the things that was brought up and on Put a Ring on It that I think was really valuable. I think one of the most valuable moments I heard that season was you have to make sure that the child's mother knows, I value you as my child's mother. You're not being, I don't, there's, because that dynamic of baby mama and baby daddy can be nasty. And we know that, So when that person understands, I value you as the mother, I appreciate you, and this is who I'm with now, but we appreciate and respect your position as the child's mother. That starts to change that dynamic.
Sometimes you can't make these people happy, child.
Corey, you don't know about that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's approach. Yeah. In everything that we do. If the mother come off with a bad approach to, my wife to be, then, okay, well, I know this ain't gonna work. Yeah. I'm gonna keep them separate, because at the end of the day, hey, my wife to be ain't gonna back down, and
she's not gonna back down.
The mother of my children, she got to know her lane and stay in her lane. At the end of the day, hey, you the mother of my children. Thanks for everything you do. You do it. Thank you. But this is, my wife.
This is who I'm with now. This is the priority.
Right.
This is a lot. It's a lot. Well, let people know where they can tune in, because we want to know how this is gonna go. I want to see what Judge Lynn rules. What is where are we going with this? Where can people see Commit or Quit?
Corey,
you got your spiel, Corey?
WEtv. All black. Thank you, baby.
WEtv, 10 p.m. on Thursday night.
On Thursday night.
Yes.
Are you guys excited? How do you feel about everyone seeing your process on this? Because it's a little different, because on y'all it was your process.
Yes.
Now this is the two of you guys together, and I know you're both very protective of the other, but people are going to be, chiming in and giving their opinion on both of y'all.
Let me say this to the people that see these little clips.
Yeah.
And guys, so even my mother said, Corey, you just look like you're not gonna leave us, are you? I seen the clip, and I just don't know what to think. Is this really happening?
I got that phone call today.
And so, they say Corey looking like he don't want to be there. Like,
Corey
I'm getting
sad.
on his nerve already. I'm like, my man is
sad,
nervous.
Corey.
Okay,
Hey.
That is his nervous look. He is not tired of me yet.
Hey, Tyler Perry, you seen my clip? Help me, please.
Oh my God.
Well, I believe that you guys, it's going to be, because it's real stuff. It's issues that other couples are dealing with. And I think because of your platform, you have the opportunity to really talk about things and help people.
Yeah.
And people to get a chance to see a man's side of you, because we don't always hear men speak about their feelings. The fact that he was afraid of losing you is not something that we often hear men acknowledge, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Because they, they used to just replace them back in the day.
That's what they
to
say.
my man, to my brothers, if you got a woman out there and y'all happy, keep the happiness, keep the energy going, let it out, man. Don't hold it back.
That.
Let it go.
Look at that. Look at Corey giving the men the advice. I love it. Well, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you check out Commit or Quit on WeTV and All Black Thursday at 10 p.m. Thank you guys so much for coming down, and thank you for being strong and brave enough to share your story with the rest of the world to help people. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Look forward to checking it out on Thursday. I'll see you guys right back here next week for From Christal with Love XO. I love you for watching. I'll see you next week.